Was Bola Ahmed Tinubu a drug lord? Let's get down to the facts of the matter. With the Nigerian election now over, I think it is high time to address a story that was making waves across news outlets and social media platforms that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the newly elected Nigerian president, was a drug lord. Convicted and fined $460,000 US by a US district court in Chicago. The reports alleged that in 1990, Tinubu deposited $661,000 US cash into his account at First Heritage Bank, and in 1991 deposited again $1,216,500 into the same money market account. And when contacted and interrogated by a special agent of the Internal Revenue Services, Tinubu admitted to not having any other sources of income apart from his salary. This prompted the IRS to file a seizure and forfeiture of Tinubu's accounts by the Illinois State District Court. In the court affidavit, the IRS wrote, "There is probable cause to believe that funds in certain bank accounts controlled by Bola Tinubu were proceeds of drug trafficking. Therefore, these funds are forfeitable to the United States." Subsequently, in January 1992, the court granted the IRS application. Tinubu's accounts in First Heritage Bank and Citibank, with a balance of about $1.4 million, were seized and frozen pending further investigations. However, Tinubu, along with his uncle K.O. Tinubu, a retired police officer and former minister, and his mother Alhaja Abibat Mogaji, through their lawyer Patrick S. Covey, contested the forfeiture and seizure of the accounts. And the case was finally settled out of court in September 1993. The agreement was to dismiss the case with prejudice, and the sum of $460,000 would be forfeited to the US authorities, while the rest would be handed over back to K.O. Tinubu, the former minister. All in all, this is the gist of the story. Now, let us address the facts of the story, because facts matter. These are the facts. 1. There is evidence that charges were indeed filed in a district court in Chicago against Bola Ahmed Tinubu by the US government. Secondly, there is also evidence that a forfeiture was imposed on his accounts based on allegations of drug trafficking and money laundering. However, allegations and suspicions are not evidence of crime. In fact, the dictionary describes an allegation as a factual claim which has yet to be proven. Another fact of the matter is that in November 28, 1990, one Abiodun Agbele was arrested by the FBI. Upon his arrest, he named Adegboyega Muiz Akande as his drug boss. There is evidence that Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, at the point in question, lived in the same premises as the said Mr. Adegboyega Muiz Akande. In fact, The wife of the same Muiz Akande, Lola Akande, is the blood sister of Bola Tinubu's wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. Now, does that make Tinubu guilty of drug trafficking by association? Definitely not. The United States Supreme Court declared in one of its judgments that guilt by association is alien to the traditions of a free society and the First Amendment itself. It violates both the Fifth Amendment, which requires that guilt must be personal, and the First Amendment, which guarantees the right of association. In other words, because someone is a drug trafficker does not make his friends or associates drug traffickers. Again, back to the facts. Tinubu's accounts at the First Heritage Bank and Citibank that was seized and frozen in January 1992 had a balance of about $1.4 million. However, in the settlement agreement that was reached in September 1993 between Tinubu and the US government, it was only the sum of $460,000 out of the total fund that was forfeited to the US government. The remaining $1 million was returned to the Tinubus by the US government. Of course, I know what some of you must be thinking. Behind every smoke, there must be a fire. But it's not always like that. After all, now let's ask ourselves this question. Why would the FBI return $1 million to the Tinubus if it was indeed drug money? Another question is, could the forfeiture of the $460,000 had nothing at all to do with drugs or links to drug trafficking? Because, according to reports, the $460,000 that was forfeited was claimed at the end by the IRS, which is the Internal Revenue Service in America for tax collection. Finally, in a letter dated February 4, 2003, which emanated from the US Consulate in Lagos, addressed to the then Inspector General of Police, Tafa Balogun, the United States clarified that a record check on then Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu returned negative for any criminal arrest records, warrants, or warrants. Well, at the end, here at Facts of the Matter, we don't take sides. We objectively examine issues, present facts, and ask hard questions. Like, was Tinubu really a drug lord? If yes, why was he never indicted or convicted? Why would a record check by the US government on Tinubu returned negative for any criminal activities? Okay guys, I know it is sometimes difficult to be objective on issues because most of the time what we see depends mainly on what we are looking for. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is beloved by many, but those who can't stand him hate him with a boiling passion. But at the end, fact is fact and facts matter. Thanks for watching this video. And as usual on this program, we don't take sides. We address issues and ask obvious questions. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Let's grow this channel together. Looking forward to seeing you next week on another episode of what? Facts of the Matter. And until then, please stay safe.